Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now on Fox 61 News, changes ahead for the rest of the holiday weekend. We'll time out when rain is most likely and just how much may fall ahead.
Plus, we're starting to get into a much anticipated fair season here in New England. We take you back in time, checking out a fan favorite here in Connecticut. And one Connecticut hero gone, but certainly not forgotten, remembering the life and legacy of Sergeant Brian Mull. The Fox 61 News at 10 starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the News at 10. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin on the Weather Watch tonight, an absolutely delightful Saturday to kick off the Labor Day weekend, but it looks like rain could be moving in soon. Let's get right over to meteorologist Ryan Breton. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Carmen. Good to see you. Hi, everybody. We do have some rain on the way for the next couple of days. It's not going to be raining the entire time, but you can certainly see more rain back to our west, and that's what's going to be coming our way beginning tomorrow. Tonight, though, live Doppler radar scanning the state quiet, and it will be a fairly comfortable night. Low temperatures for most of us in the 60s, 50s, and some of our coolest spots, with increasing clouds and turning a little bit more humid by morning at the shoreline. There could even be a passing shower tomorrow morning. A lot of clouds in the morning, too. Then some breaks of hazy sunshine develop, and we'll watch for scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Not everyone will see one, but it will be a warmer and more humid day tomorrow, with high temperatures getting up into the 80s. It looks a lot weather for Labor Day. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Carmen.
Ryan, thank you. Labor Day weekend marks the unofficial start to the fall fair and festival season. Fox 61's Raquel Harrington joins us in the studio and takes us back in time with something different than your standard funnel cakes and carnival rides. Raquel?
That's right, Carmen. The 24th annual Lebanon Renaissance Fair is meant to be a family fun event. From the food and the games to the feast and the fun, those I spoke with say the festival season, especially the Renaissance Fair, is a way to step into the past and forget the worries for the day. For some, it's an adventure. For others, it's a family tradition.
Our kids loved it, and they've since grown up, and now they bring their kids, and other people are coming who came as kids and are now also bringing their kids.
You see, it's the annual Renaissance Fair, where you can step back in time.
Send them off with honor!
Feels like we're starting fresh in a mystical, magical land.
Something many have been eagerly awaiting since the pandemic.
Everybody just wants to have a good time and enjoy being around other people. It's a really, really enjoyable experience.
So nice to see everybody out and about and just doing things. We're finding our new normal after COVID, which is amazing.
Organizers say these sentiments are going to reflect in numbers this season.
We're seeing a lot more people coming this year than we anticipated in the past. And I think people are feeling a lot more relaxed than they were in 2020.
And with lots of open space and fun for the whole family.
Armored combat, live flight birds of prey that participants actually get to join into the show. We've got an all-new Bells show here this year. There's so much to see, so much to do.
Festival season is looking bright for many.
This is the start to getting ready for the apple fritter festivals and all of those other kind of things. It's just a great way to get together with family and friends and have good food and fun.
We just like to see people coming here and having a good time. We want you to come here and be happy. And this is a great way to just escape to the past.
All right, it was a pretty exciting day. Now, the 24th Annual Renaissance Fair is every Saturday and Sunday going until October 16th. And don't worry, we'll have all this information online and on our Fox 61 News app. We're live in the studio this evening. Raquel Harrington, Fox 61 News.
All right, Raquel, thank you. Connecticut is remembering veteran State Police Sergeant Brian Mull this weekend, 1 year after his death. Sergeant Mull died after his vehicle was swept away by floodwaters while patrolling Woodbury during Hurricane Ida. Fox 61's Angelo Bavario shows us how family, friends, and members of the law enforcement community have kept his legacy alive.
1 year later, the pain still very raw as Connecticut continues to remember Sergeant Brian Mull. And as our state continues to mourn, people are also remembering all the joy, all the service, and all the love that defines Sergeant Mull's life.
September 2nd, 2021, the unthinkable.
At 3:30 approximately in the morning, Troop L received an emergency call from the sergeant that his vehicle was in swift water and he knew he was in distress. That was the last they heard of him.
Since then, an unfading effort by friends, family, and members of Connecticut's law enforcement community to honor Sergeant Brian Mull's legacy.
To know Brian is to know his generosity.
He's one of the senior sergeants on the state police, well respected, and it's just a tragedy.
He was a family man, he was a good man. I cut his hair. I mean, he came right in here. I knew him, and he was a very nice man.
Sergeant Mull was a 26-year veteran with state police. He was the 25th state trooper to die in the line of duty in the agency's history.
I was telling everybody, stay safe, stay home. Let's ride out this storm. That's not what you do as a trooper. As a trooper, you go out and you look and try and rescue others and take care of them. And that's what the troopers do. They're taking care of us every day.
Law enforcement members from all over the region turning out to pay their respects during final services.
When they move on, the children, they're younger, they'll remember this day, how important their dad was to this organization and to what he did every day.
In May, several officers from Hartford set off on the Police Unity Tour, their way of honoring Sergeant Mull and other fallen heroes.
I think it's great, everything that you guys have done. I mean, this is unreal. I tell all my friends, and I have 2 sons that are in the New York State Police, and I've never seen anything like this, and I don't want to lose any more of my children.
I can't believe how many friends he had and how everybody liked him. It's just amazing.
Now the work continues to honor a husband, a father, a brother, a friend, and a trusted member of the force. Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61 News.
Angelo, thank you. All right, bad news for the second time this week. The launch of the Artemis One rocket has officially been scrubbed. It was originally scheduled for this afternoon, but was called off while a countdown was in progress because of a large leak. This coming after an attempted launch this past Monday, which was foiled by last-second concerns over another leak. NASA officials say that safety is their first priority when it comes to launches.
We do not launch until we think it's right. And these teams have labored over that, and that is the conclusion that they came to.
It's a tough decision to make, especially with so much riding on the trip's success. Unlike previous moon missions where astronauts went to the moon and back, Artemis One is meant to test human ability for deep space exploration.
What's really historic about this is that they're actually going to be doing this to make a presence on the moon, not just going up to the moon and saying that was great, but they really just want to establish some deep space exploration. And Artemis One is the first step in doing this.
If Artemis One eventually manages to take off successfully, it will be manned by 3 mannequins and a plush Snoopy toy. All 4 objects will test different forces like gravity and radiation, feeding NASA scientists information on the conditions aboard the flight. There is no immediate word on when a 3rd launch attempt will be made, but it might not be until next month. I actually wouldn't mind being that Snoopy toy. I mean,
I was just going to say, I had no idea that was part of the trip.
I think that's so neat.
Yeah, me too. And all the news stories I've heard, that's the first time I've heard that. So, taught me something new tonight, Carmen.
Yeah,
3 mannequins and a Snoopy.
Would you want to be the mannequin or the Snoopy, right?
I think I'd much rather be the Snoopy. No question about that. Take a look outside tonight. It's 68 right now in Hartford, a little bit warmer on the shoreline in New Haven, where it's 73 degrees. Coolest spots tonight going to be outlying areas in eastern Connecticut. Notice Willimantic at 61, Putnam right now at 60. In most places, it's still pretty comfortable, too, with dew points that are in the 50s, but it's a little bit more humid at the shoreline, and the trend over the next 24 hours will be for muggier air to move in, and I think tomorrow night it will feel much more humid around here. That humidity will stay with us on Monday, and then it drops off as we get past Tuesday into the middle of the week. Tonight we just have some clouds moving in, no rain around at the moment, but the problem for the next couple of days, that is if you have outdoor plans, is that we have rounds of rain that will be on the way. Very slow moving front, which means there will be a couple of days with rain chances coming up. We need the rain, so we'll take it. Timing isn't the best, though, being over the holiday weekend. So clouds increase tonight, temperatures dropping into the 60s in most spots. Our Sunday will turn humid, and it's warm, too, with temperatures in the mid-80s, but a lot of clouds, some hazy sunshine, and scattered showers and storms. The highest chance for rain will be in the afternoon, but don't be surprised if in the morning you see a brief sprinkle or shower out there. Otherwise, a lot of clouds, some hazy sun through those clouds, and then during the afternoon, scattered showers and storms, and the risk will continue into tomorrow evening as well. I think the highest odds for rain will be the farther inland you are late in the day tomorrow, but all of us have a chance at least for a shower or thunderstorm. Then this front really doesn't go anywhere on Monday, and rounds of rain travel along it. So Labor Day looking cloudy, it looks humid, and it looks wet with periods of rain. Some of that rain may be heavy, especially closer to this front in northern Connecticut. And then finally, this front starts moving on Tuesday. I think we'll start the day with some showers, and the afternoon should trend drier with less humid air beginning to move in. So this is a look at the rainfall through about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Notice it's scattered in nature. Not everyone gets rain tomorrow, but the rain chance is going up for Monday night, and Tuesday. And when you add it all up, a good shot at an inch or two of rain, and some of the purples here indicating some higher amounts. Do want to update you on the tropics, by the way. It's been a very quiet hurricane season so far, but we now have Tropical Storm Earl with winds to 50 miles per hour. Right now, all indications are that will go safely out to sea, but we will keep an eye on it either way. So you'll see it here in the Fox 61 7-day forecast. It is warm, it's humid tomorrow, maybe a brief shower in the morning, but higher odds for rain later in the day. Cloudy with showers on Monday, some periods of heavier rain possible in there too. Morning showers on Tuesday, and then after that, a great stretch of weather for Wednesday, and it looks like it may last into next weekend as well, with sunshine and temperatures actually going back above average into the 80s. We'll see you with more at 11. Carmen?
Ryan, thank you. A Mississippi man is in custody after threatening to fly a plane into a Walmart on Saturday. Police are now looking for a motive. Fox News correspondent Charles Watson has more.
The suspect has been identified as Corey Patterson. Police say he's being charged with grand larceny and making terroristic threats, with federal charges pending in connection to the plane police say he stole early this morning and threatened to crash into a Walmart. We heard from Tupelo Police Chief John Quacker earlier today, who tells us Patterson is a 10-year employee of Tupelo Aviation, where he fueled planes. Police say they're not sure if he is in fact a licensed pilot, but they do believe he has at least some flight experience that made it possible for him to not only possibly fuel the aircraft, but to steal it and fly it for as long as he did. At about 5:23 a.m. Central Time, police say Patterson called Lee County 911 and threatened to fly the plane into the store, and that's when emergency personnel jumped into action, evacuating that Walmart and getting people out of the immediate area.
Numerous major streets in Tupelo were shut down to help save lives during this critical incident. Negotiators from Tupelo Police Department made contact with the pilot and were able to convince him to not carry out this deed and to land the aircraft at Tupelo Airport.
Police say Patterson didn't have experience landing a plane, so they had a private pilot coaching him through it. But he abruptly diverted from the landing and continued flying north. At around 10:08 a.m., air controllers lost contact with the plane, but fortunately, they got confirmation that the plane had landed in a field about 4 minutes later in Ripley, Mississippi. Police also tell us that Patterson made a post to Facebook while he was up in the sky, essentially apologizing to his family, saying he didn't want to hurt anyone, before ending it with a goodbye. Now, we're told that Patterson's family was at the Tupelo Police Department and was in contact with him while he was up in the plane and presumably helped convince him to land that plane safely. The mayor tells us that the family is very grateful that Patterson wasn't hurt and any innocent bystanders in the area weren't hurt. But boy, a close call for folks in Tupelo, Mississippi. Charles Watson, Fox News.